Dear students, today we will read out our first poetry lesson. Teach me to listen, Lord. It is in the form of a prayer, and the poem is written by an unknown writer. It's a very beautiful poem. So before we start, let's see pre-reading questions. There are two pre-reading questions over there. What are pre-reading questions? Actually, pre-reading questions are some kind of warm-up questions. You think over it. We'll discuss it at the end of the session again. Before we start, very important to know what listening is. Dear student, there is a big gap, big difference between listening and hearing. There are two terms. Hearing, you know, hearing means sunna, and listening is again sunna. But these two has a difference. Hearing is a natural phenomenon. It's a natural activity. God has given us a hearing organ. If your hearing organ, that is ear, is good and sound, then you can hear anything around you, any voice. But listening is an art. It's a skill. You have to be trained to listen. So in the poem, poet is praying to God. Oh God, please guide me to listen. Because listening is not that easy. Listening is an art, and you can only listen when God's grace is on you. You have undergone a training, special training, or you have a special kind of discipline. Then only you can listen. For example, right now you people are listening me, not hearing me. But by the time you are listening me, you can hear any other sounds around you. So this is the very difference between hearing and listening. Okay, let's see the first stanza. We will discuss at the end this two pre-reading questions, PRQs. See, before I start, I let you know one thing, that poetry is only for enjoyment. It's not for any kind of knowledge and wit. It's just for enjoyment. Teach me to listen, Lord, to those nearest me, my family, my friends, my co-workers. Help me to aware that no matter what words I hear, the message is, accept the person I am, listen to me. In the very first stanza, the poet is making a request to God. He is making a request. He is praying. He is saying that, oh God, please guide me, please teach me, please train me to listen. Because right now I am unable to listen. I am unable to listen my nearest one, my near and dear ones. I am not able to listen my family, my friends, my colleagues. I am not in a position to hear anyone without being biased. So, oh God, please train me to listen my dear ones, my friends, my co-workers, and my family members, my kith and kins, without being biased. Help me to aware. Aware means informed. So he all again praying God to help me to aware that no matter what words I hear, that it should not be the word, it should be the person whom I am listening. That however, let the word be important or non-important or very important, I should not go into all these things. Only God guide me, teach me, help me to listen any person without being biased. Main motive of mine is that I should be able to hear or listen everyone who is addressing me. Accept the person I am. Whosoever the person is, I should not think over it that the person is very close to me, or the person is my family member or friend or co-workers, or important or non-important. Just make me able to listen everyone openly, lovingly, freely. So this is a prayer. यानी कि पोएट जो है गॉड से ये कह रहा है कि मुझे सबको, मेरे अपनों को सुनने का ताकत दो, उसका ट्रेनिंग दो। बिकॉज अभी इस समय मैं अपने अपनों का सुन नहीं पा रहा हूँ। सुनना, सुनना, लिसनिंग इज़ केयरफुल हेयरिंग। सुनता तो हूँ बट फोकस्ड लिसनिंग नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, उनको ध्यान से नहीं सुन पा रहा हूँ, उनके आवाज़ को मैं उतना ध्यान नहीं दे पा रहा हूँ जो मुझे देना चाहिए। सो प्लीज़ गाइड मी, प्लीज़ टीच मी। ओके, यू सी द क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, what message do those who are nearest give us? This is the first question on page number 3. And now you can find the answer of this in the first stanza. The message to those who are our nearest give us. What message? See the last two lines of this stanza. The message is, accept the person I am, listen to me. This is the message, and this is the answer of your question number 1. Now move on to the next stanza, that is stanza number 2. Teach me to listen, Lord, to those far from me, the whisper of the hopeless, the plea of the forgotten, the cry of the anguished. Another request. Now in the first stanza, the poet was requesting God to make him able to listen the nearest one, near and dear ones. And now in stanza 2, he is making a request to God to teach him to listen to the persons who are far from him. Teach me to listen, Lord, those far from me, जो हमारे पास नहीं है, far from me. यहाँ क्या था? Those nearest me. And now in the second stanza, teach me to listen those far from me, the whisper of the hopeless, the plea of the forgotten, and the cry of the anguished. That is, you see that in the society, generally people who are hopeless, who are forgotten, that is downtrodden, poor, anguished, weaker section of the society, helpless means distressed, lonely, poor. So these people are not being listened by anyone else. So therefore the poet is very, is a good person, and he has a soft corner in his heart, and he is having a concern about these people, and therefore he is making a request to God that, oh God, make me able to hear these people, the hopeless, the forgotten, and the anguished. Because these are the the very important section of the society. Those are to be listened very carefully, because their plea, their request, their cry, nobody is hearing, nobody is listening. So, oh God, I pray to you, please guide me, please help me, please teach me, please train me, so that I can hear these people and I can help these people. तो ये जो है लिसन स्टेंजा 2 में तुम्हारा पोएट जो है गॉड से ये रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है कि ये जो हेल्पलेस, ये दुखी और अलग थलग पड़े हुए कमज़ोर लोग पड़े हैं जिनको कोई नहीं सुन रहा है, ऐसे लोगों को सुनने का मुझे ताकत दो, सो दैट मैं इनको सुन सकूं और इनका कुछ कर सकूं, हेल्प कर सकूं। भाई जब तक आप सुनोगे नहीं उसको क्या करोगे? आवाज़ आना चाहिए, आप तक बात आना चाहिए, देन यू कैन डू समथिंग। तो ये जो है रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है कौन? पोएट। टीच मी टू लिसन लॉर्ड टू दोज फार फ्रॉम मी, द विस्पर ऑफ द होपलेस, द प्ली ऑफ द फॉरगॉटन, द क्राई ऑफ द एंग्विश्ड। 1 and 2 दो प्रकार का रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा है। इसमें नियरेस्ट वन को सुनने का रिक्वेस्ट, इसमें जो दूर पड़े हैं, आइसोलेटेड है, जो आउटस्कर्ट है, जो बिल्कुल डाउन ट्रोडन है, उनको सुनने का के लिए गॉड से प्रे कर रहे हैं। You can refer to question number 2 in your textbook, that who are the people far from us? Who are the people far from us? हमारे कौन से लोग हैं जो हमसे दूर हैं, सोसाइटी से बिल्कुल कटा है, जिनको कोई नहीं सुनता है। भाई जो पावरफुल लोग हैं, जो बुलीज हैं, जो पावरफुल है, उनको तो कोई भी सुनता है, वो अपने दमखम से, ताकत से सब सुनवा लेते हैं अपनी बात, लेकिन गरीब दुखी इन लोगों का कोई नहीं सुनता है। तो पोएट जो है गॉड से प्रे कर रहा है कि इनको भी हमको सुनने का ताकत दो, मैं सुन सकूँ, इनको हेल्प कर सकूँ। तो कौन है? हु आर फार फ्रॉम अस? द होपलेस, द फॉरगॉटन एंड द एंग्विश्ड आर फार फ्रॉम अस। दिस इज द आंसर. I hope you have understood stanza 1 and stanza 2. If there is any doubt, any query, you can ask me. After that, we will take up stanza 3 and 4. Okay, now see stanza number 3. Teach me to listen, Lord, to myself. Help me to be less afraid, to trust the wise insight in the deepest part of me. Now in the third stanza, poet is making a request to God to train him to listen his own voice. You know that it is very difficult to listen our own voice. It is easy to listen others, but to listen oneself, it's very difficult. So therefore, poet is making request here to God to guide him, to teach him to listen his own voice, and also to be less afraid. Actually, people are nowadays, you see, the people are really very afraid. There is lot of fear in the mind. Then if I listen to him or her, if I do this and that will happen to me, what will be the reaction, what will be the outcome, what will be the the fruits. So they are always in a great dilemma, and they are always get afraid. So therefore they are running away from the society, and therefore people always they are in the habit of running away from the disappointed or the suffering people, or sometimes from oneself. The day long we hear and listen other people, do not have a single moment to listen to ourselves. So this is why the poet is making a request to God to give him power, to give him strength, to bless him to be fearless, and to make him able to listen his own voice, his inner voice, his own heart, his own mind. This is what he is praying to God. Teach me to listen, Lord, to myself, and help me to less afraid. That means make me brave, make me fearless, to trust the inner voice. Sometimes I cannot trust my inner voice. So make me, give me medicine, give me power, give me blessings, so that I can have trust on my own inner voice and in the deepest part of me, because inner voice comes from the deepest part of it comes from within. So the poet is making request that, oh God, the sound, the voice, the cry, the claim that is coming from deep inside, let me have trust on that. Let me more brave, and let me more fearless, and bless me, guide me, teach me, ट्रेन मी. यहाँ पर पोएट जो है गॉड से प्रे कर रहा है कि मैं डरूं नहीं, नंबर 1. दूसरा, मैं जो है मैं अपने आप को सुन सकूं. तीसरा, वो ये कह रहा है कि मेरे इनर वॉइस जो आता है, मेरे अंदर से कभी कभी अंतरात्मा की आवाज़ आता है, बट मैं उसको ट्रस्ट नहीं करता हूँ, वो मुझ में कमी है, तो उसको दूर करो. गॉड से प्रे कर रहा है उसको दूर करे, और मुझ में इतना ताकत, इतना कैपेसिटी दे कि मैं अपना इनर वॉइस को ट्रस्ट कर सकूं, बिलीव कर सकूं. तो ये आपका स्टेंजा नंबर 3 था, जिसमें ये एक प्रकार का रिक्वेस्ट हो रहा है. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट, सबसे मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ द पोएट्री इज दिस. ओपन योर बुक ऑन पेज नंबर 3, दैट देयर इज क्वेश्चन नंबर 3. whom does the poet wish to trust? whom does the poet wish to trust? पोएट जो है किस पे विश्वास करने की बात कर रहा है. एंड यू विल फाइंड द आंसर इन दिस स्टेंजा, दैट 1 2 3 4 fourth line, to trust the inner voice, to trust the inner voice inside, that is inner voice. That is, poet wants to trust the inner voice. So this is the answer of your question number 3. Okay, now move on to the last stanza, that is stanza number 4. Teach me to listen, Lord, for your voice. Another important stanza. In the previous stanza we have seen that poet was making request to listen to himself, and now he is making request to listen to God's voice, his voice. Teach me to listen, Lord, for your voice in busyness, in boredom, in certainty, in doubt, in noise, in silence. Teach me to listen, Lord. Now, poet is now totally, handing him over to God. He says that I have surrendered myself to you, and now bless me, give me power, train me, guide me, so that I can hear your voice. Your voice means God's voice. When in every time, in business, in boredom, in certainty, in doubt, noise, silence, every moment I should be able to listen you. And you know that no one can listen God's voice without his grace, his consent. If God does not give you consent, you cannot hear him. So therefore poet is making a request, a great request. And this is the beauty of the poetry. The final stanza is the gist, that one should be able to listen to God's voice. What God's voice? God never come before you physically. God always gives signals, and the signals comes from within. If you be trained to hear yourself, your inner voice, then automatically you will be able to hear God's voice. So this is your last stanza, and you see, you refer to question number 4. When does the poet wish to listen to voice of God? अब पोएट जो है गॉड का वॉइस सुनने का लिए कौन कौन सा टाइम बताया? सी फॉर योर वॉइस, ये जो पार्ट है, दिस पार्ट, इन बिजनेस, इन बोर्डम, इन सर्टेनिटी, इन डाउट, इन नॉइज एंड इन साइलेंस, ये जो सिचुएशन है, ये उसका आंसर है. दिस इज द आंसर ऑफ क्वेश्चन नंबर 4. ये उसका आंसर है. तो आई थिंक आपको ये वाला पोएम समझ में आ गया होगा. दो बार कम से कम इसको पढ़े घर जाके 1, और इसको जो है इसको जस्ट इंजॉय करें. ज़्यादा कुछ समझने की ज़रूरत नहीं. जितना अभी क्लास में समझ लिया, आई थिंक इट्स इनफ, मोर देन इनफ. नाउ जो हमारा एक पार्ट छूट गया था, मैंने आपको इन द बिगिनिंग ये कहा था कि इसके ऊपर आप कंसीडर करें, सोचते रहें. क्या निकला? आप देखो, इसका आंसर हमको मिल गया. व्हाट इज़ मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट, टू स्पीक इफेक्टिवली और टू लिसन अटेंटिवली? Now I think it's very clear, it's very obvious to all of us that listening is very important, is most important. Okay, that always we should be ready to listen, because listening an art, and here we need to be trained to listen. And now if listening is very important, then whom should we listen? The whole the poem is describing about this. In the first stanza we have seen that we must be able to listen to our dear ones and near ones, our family members, our friends, our co-workers, our colleagues. In the second stanza we have seen that we must be able to listen to the people who are disappointed, who are distressed, who are hopeless, who are downtrodden, or who are suffering, who are poor. So we should listen all those people. In the third stanza we have seen that we must listen our own conscience, that is our inner voice, because it is our own conscience, our inner voice, that that makes a difference between good or bad. If you commit a wrong thing, your conscience tells you that it is wrong. So one to be able to listen his inner voice, so it is very important. So in the third stanza, the poet is making a request to God to make him able to listen his own conscious inner voice. And in the final stanza there is request to God to listen his voice, that is God's voice, everywhere and every time. So I think this all about the poem, and you enjoyed it. Thank you.